Good morning. Please stand and join in the singing of our national anthem, and please remain standing for an honor song by Jenny Blackbird, who is from the Kahiwan Cree Nation. Thank you, Jenny Blackbird. Please take your seats. On behalf of George Brown College, I would like to welcome you all, graduates, family, and friends, to George Brown College's Convocation ceremonies for the class of 2018. This year, we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of the college system. My name is Corey Ross, and I'm the Vice President Academic. It is my pleasure to serve as your Master of Ceremonies this morning. Today we have gathered to recognize your academic achievements. You have worked hard to get here. I extend warm congratulations to you on this very special day. Our convocation ceremony today is taking place on the traditional lands of the Mississauga of the New Credit. I would like to introduce the members of our platform party. I'll ask them to stand and remain standing as they are introduced. Please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. It is my pleasure to introduce Sally Horsfall-Eaton, the first Chancellor of George Brown College. From the Board of Governors of George Brown College, Kevin Costanti. Martha Torrey. From George Brown College, Ann Sato, President. Rick Hybricks, Vice President, Strategy and Innovation, representing the Office of the Registrar. And Lorraine Trotter, Dean, Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts. Bearing the mace this morning is Beadle Donna Sanchez, Professor, George Brown Chef School. From the George Brown College Student Association, Jasmine St. Hilaire, Director of Communications and Internal. I would also like to acknowledge one of our counselors for Indigenous students at George Brown College, Bob White Duck Crawford, who is a citizen from the Algonquin Nation and belongs to the Turtle Clan. Our keynote speaker this morning is Steve Beauchesne, who will be introduced later in the ceremony. And finally, the staff and faculty of the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts at George Brown College. Please join me in acknowledging your platform party. Please take your seats. This morning, we are recognizing graduates from the George Brown Chef School in the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts. Our interpreters this morning are Monique Ledrew and Tara Everett, and our real-time captioner is Lisa Barrett. I will now invite Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton to address the graduating class. Madam Chancellor.
Good morning to all of you. This is a very exciting day, and I hope you all have something nice planned for the rest of the day, perhaps dinner and a nice evening out or something. We do have the brewery master with us today. He'll be speaking, so you may want to talk to him. Before I begin, I'd like to mention two very important anniversaries. 100 years ago, in 1918, the war to end all wars, World War I, finally ended. Our Canadian youth fought, and many of them died, at Ypres, Passchendaele, Vimy Ridge, Arras, the Battle of the Somme, and Beaumont Hamel, and the Battle of Amiens. It was at Ypres John McCrae penned the poem "In Flanders Field, the poppies grow, amongst the crosses row and row," and that is why we wear a poppy on November the 11th, lest we forget. On a brighter note, 50 years ago today, or this year, George Brown College was founded. And I'd like to say, let us celebrate how very fortunate we are in Canada to have a wonderful institution like George Brown and wonderful faculty to learn from. So let's celebrate that. Now, Convocation is the place where the Chancellor tells all of the graduates who are dressed in identical gowns that individuality is the key to success. Now, when you first came to George Brown College, I suspect that you were a little nervous. You had to adjust to a different world, different people, and so on. And now, as you venture forth, I'm sure, once again, you're a little on edge and a little nervous. But you've now finished your 3 R's. That's reading, writing, and arithmetic for those who can spell. And now you have 3 C's. There are 3 C's in life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. Be steadfast in your dream of whatever you hope to have as a career. Don't give it up. But in the meantime, get a job. Parents, is that the parents clapping? I mean, I don't care if it's cleaning toilets in the local gag and vomit or something else. Remember, it's easier to get a job if you have a job because you've got a history there of work ethic and timeliness and all that sort of thing. And remember that at this stage of life, you are a success if you can pay your rent and pay your food and not be dependent on someone else. With the internet nowadays, you can do all the research you need on jobs and send out all the resumes that you need to do in the hours that you're not working. So I'm serious, do try and find something to begin your state of independence. You know, job hunting is a little bit like golf. Hope springs eternal. And remember, the dictionary is the only place where success comes before work. I suspect many of you may suffer from a lack of confidence as well. And this can be more stressful than working a job you don't like or finding a new one. The only way to build self-confidence is through your behavior. You have to put yourself in difficult situations so that you can learn how to survive them. Confidence isn't something that you're born with or that you can learn. It's something that you earn, like respect. We need to do things that are uncomfortable and perhaps even scary, not because we have blind faith that we'll succeed, but simply because these things are worth doing. Now, when I'm talking about scary, I'm not talking about skydiving. I'm just talking about going out and starting a new job. We need to fail and experience discomfort, and over time build a track record of demonstrated success. I worry also that some of you may feel threatened by certain standards that exist, or behavior that is worrisome in this country. And you're not alone in that. The number of people who have chosen to take chances to create change in the last 100 years is amazing. Think about it. 100 years ago, women came together and took a chance and fought for the rights to vote in the US, in Britain, and subsequently in Canada. We all, of course, know about the Civil Rights Movement and Martin Luther King. Your grandparents will remember the women's liberation movement. It was hated by the status quo. I would be asked if I was a libber, and I'd respond, I'd never burn my bra, it cost $8.95. Of course I was a libber, as were most professional women. If you interviewed for a job, or even a volunteer position, you were invariably asked, how does your husband feel about this? If you were in a wheelchair, going out meant a spin around the block. There were no slanted curbs to get you to the street. There was no TV captioning for people who are deaf. No auditory stoplights for people who are blind. Newborns with severe disabilities were put into institutions. First Nations children were ripped from their parents and sent to rehabilitation or to residential school. People who were homosexual were ostracized. Sexual harassment was a fact of life. I mean, you had to have a pocket full of expletive language to keep these people away, and occasionally a strong elbow. I could go further, but look how many things have changed. And even now, the Me Too movement is making change, and of course, the March for Our Lives in Washington over all of the school shootings. So have faith. You can be part of changing negative things, even in our society, and it's called people power. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. Attitude to me is more important than just about anything else. I mean, the remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding how we will act. We can't change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is draw on that one thing that we do have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I handle it. And so it is with you. We're in charge of our attitudes and in turn in charge of our lives. It is us who will determine our feelings and our happiness, not someone else. Now, one final thing you should know about your career. Some days you'll be top dog, and some days you'll be the hydrant. Thank you very much, and good luck to you all.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor. I will now call upon Dean Lorraine Trotter to address the graduating class on behalf of the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts and introduce our keynote speaker.
Good morning and welcome. It's a pleasure to have you all here today, grads, and all the family and friends who have supported our grads so well on their journey. You have all made it to this day. So, who is here today? There's a lot of diversity and uniqueness in the room. So we have grads from 12 programs from the chef school. Some of you came directly to us from high school. Some from other institutions, other educational institutions, because you had discovered the career path you wanted to pursue. Some of you are changing careers or sectors, or just looking for a fresh start. We have folks who are Indigenous. We have folks who trace their history in this country back many generations, and those who are international students from over 100 countries from around the world. Incidentally, if you are an international student, we are hoping you will stay and help make Canada an even greater country than it is. Or if you go home or somewhere else in the world, please stay in touch with us. We have folks who are entrepreneurs at heart, and we have folks on the other end of the spectrum who want a big career in a big company with a big brand. I'll bet we have almost every nationality, every religion, every marital status, sexual orientation. So much diversity and uniqueness. That is an incredible gift. You have been a gift to the school, to your teachers. You have been an amazing gift when you've gone out on placement to our industry, and you are about to be an amazing gift to the industry as a whole. Our culinary, baking, nutrition, and food industries are crying out for your diverse talents and skills. It's one of the great things about Canada and about George Brown, this celebration of and leveraging of diversity and differences. On Convocation Day, I want to take this opportunity to declare the diversity of our grads is an absolutely core strength. I want to tell you that your unique talents, unique skills and perspectives, and your backgrounds are going to help you be amazing in the workforce. You will understand the many different needs of customers. You will be able to work well with colleagues from different backgrounds. You will bring innovation and new attitudes to your employers, and you will make a huge difference. This is a new beginning for you, whether this is your first job or a career change. You are our alumni, our colleagues in this great industry, our ambassadors for the school, and we will always be here for you, for advice, for amazing events, new learning, employees that you might want to hire, or just to say hello and stay connected. We appreciate all that you have brought to the school, all that diversity, all those unique talents. So get out there in the work world and go ahead. Be unique, be creative, be different. Speaking of different, you're going to meet someone who is different, who has built a different business, who sees the world differently than an old-style company would, and who wants to change the way the world works, one beer at a time. One beer that is consumed responsibly, that is. Please let me introduce Steve Beauchesne, our Convocation speaker today and the recipient of the Honours Bachelor of Business Administration, Hospitality degree in our afternoon convocation. Let me tell you how Steve is different. Steve can trace his family tree in Canada back to the 1500s, so a very deeply rooted Canadian heritage. Steve lives in a small town in eastern Ontario, Van Cleek Hill, which is a great place to establish a world-class company. Steve's education was in business from Ryerson, so he was once one of our neighbors. Steve has gone on to great recognition. For instance, he was recently named one of Canada's top 40 under 40, and again recently a fellow of the Ontario Hostelry Institute. Steve is an entrepreneur and helped establish an amazing award-winning company called Beau's All Natural Brewing, which makes, you guessed it, beer. Really great beer. But they do so much more. They are leaders in the community, working with all kinds of charities, and already raised more than $1 million in charitable donations since they were founded in 2006. Beau's are leaders in championing change for the craft brewing industry, and leaders in creating a new way of doing business, which focuses on prioritizing social responsibility and sustainability. In 2013, Beau's became the first brewery in Canada to achieve B Corp, or Benefit Corporation status, which is a third-party certification that celebrates those companies that take the environment and community responsibility seriously. This past winter, Beau's was recognized by CHCA under our Canadian Treasures Recognition Program, which means we've selected them as a Canadian treasure for their innovation, for their community and economic impact, and for their industry leadership. Beau's is a different kind of company, but isn't that the kind of company that you want to work for? What else makes Steve different? He's fun, passionate, principled, creative, driven, obsessed with quality, and he spends his time on the things he values. Okay, maybe he's actually a lot like each of you, and you too can be a force for innovation and change, just like Steve. Please welcome Steve Beauchesne.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, graduates, George Brown faculty and staff, family, and friends, good morning. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here graduating with all of you. This is my second degree, and I can tell you that if the 17-year-old version of me could stand beside me today, he'd be quick to tell you that there weren't many people who ever thought I'd graduate from anything. I remember waking up at that age and overhearing my parents having that familiar, "What are we gonna do with that kid?" conversation. The one that many of you have probably overheard. You know, the one that goes like this: "He's got so much potential, but he has no focus. He doesn't apply himself. And at this rate, there's no way he'll ever get into college." Well, I heard variations of that speech a lot growing up, and I read it on pretty much every report card. Well, the 17-year-old version of me is grinning ear to ear today. I like to think about that 17-year-old version of myself because that kid had some really strong views on how the world worked and how it should work. And I encourage you, whether you're 27 or 57, to get to know that youthful version of yourself and remember to talk to him or her frequently. Take them along with you as a cherished advisor on your journey through life. Let me give you a few examples of how this worked for me. When I was younger, I'd be having a conversation with friends, and at a certain point, you'd look around and see that everyone was just complaining about their RRSP contributions or their mortgage rates. And eventually, I'd say, the 17-year-old versions of us demand that we shut up and do something fun, or they're all going to get up and leave. And that would be our cue to go out dancing or play a game or see a band or whatever. But my 17-year-old me prevented me from becoming that boring adult who forgot how to have fun. Before I started a brewery with my dad, I had a good government job with a pension, a salary, lots of vacation. And for a lot of people, giving that up to throw the dice in something as risky as a craft brewery, remember, this was 2006 before everyone had a brewery, would be pretty scary. It was my 17-year-old companion that told me to take a chance because it would be so much cooler to try starting a brewery than it would be to play it safe. My 17-year-old version of me believed in me when others told me I was out to lunch. And when all the fancy consultants out there told me that I'd go out of business in 6 months if I only made organic beer, or if my marketing strategy was based around donating to charity instead of advertising, or countless other times when I felt that if I did the right thing for the right reason, somehow I'd get rewarded for it. Well, it was my 17-year-old in me that told me that doing what was right always beat doing what was easy, and insisted time and time again not to compromise my values for an easy buck. My 17-year-old still believes I can make the world a better place and that my actions matter. And when I got my first degree, my 17-year-old had a great "I told you so" moment. Not that I wanted to rub it in for anyone else, but I really relished that moment. And I encourage you to do that today. You've succeeded at something very important, and many of you have succeeded despite a lot of adversity. Let's face it, I'm sure there aren't many people in here who have had nothing else they had to deal with to get here today. Between financial difficulties, family issues, health issues, breakups, you name it, I'm guessing that for many of you, the learning was actually the easiest part of getting your degree, diploma, or certificate. You've demonstrated the resilience and dedication that are required to accomplish an arduous task. Take today and really soak it in. Roll around in it. Experience it with each of your senses. And then tomorrow, set your sights on the next goal. Because while it's true that everything that you've done has led to this point, it's what you do from here that really matters. I think back to those report cards that said, "Steve has a lot of potential." And I think, well, duh, everyone has a lot of potential. Scientists, they like to talk about potential as a form of energy, stored energy. I feel like time spent learning is like charging a battery. You've been building up all your potential energy. And graduation, to me, is when that potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Every one of you has built up a tremendous amount of potential energy, and this moment, right here, right now, you can feel it. This is potential energy turning into kinetic energy. If you direct that kinetic energy into the things that you're most passionate about, your fire will burn brighter and longer. Your 17-year-old version of you will help you point yourself in the right direction if you keep them close to you. At the end of the day, it's important to talk to that 17-year-old version of myself, but I also have to remind myself that that guy was also a bit of a judgmental know-it-all. And while I cherish his enthusiasm, his values, and his ideals, he also lacked wisdom and experience. So I listen to him carefully, but I also don't let him make all the decisions either. Neither should you. On this important day, I encourage you to take all your kinetic energy and apply it to the things you're most passionate about. Don't make your career decisions based on which one pays you the most or which one's closest to where you live, but rather do that thing that gets you out of the bed in the morning excited and energized. I encourage you, don't let yourself become boring or miserable. Have fun. Stay connected to your friends. Dance and laugh and enjoy yourself throughout your life. And most importantly, never stop trying to do something that matters. Each day, you could be asked to compromise your ideals, to give up on a dream, or trade something you believe in for some temporary gain. Remember your 17-year-old self and do your best to make them proud. Cheers.
Thank you, Mr. Beauchesne. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for this morning. Anne Margaret Hewitt is graduating from the Culinary Management Nutrition Program in the George Brown Chef School. Anne, will you please come forward and address the graduating class of 2018?
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, fellow graduates, George Brown faculty and staff, family and friends, good morning. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. For one brief moment, I let myself believe that. It was 2 years ago, about this time actually, and I had just arrived for orientation. As I looked around, I realized the only people my own age were the faculty and the parents who'd tagged along with their children. I had just walked out on a 25-year career as a journalist, and I thought to myself, what are you doing? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. But like all of you, I had a passion for food and a dream to work in this industry. Fast forward 2 years, and here I am, a little older, a little wiser, and with a few new tricks, thanks to all of you. At the start of classes that first September, I expected the faculty, the chefs and profs with whom we spent so much time, to challenge us, to push us, to inspire us, which they've done in spades. What I didn't expect was the degree to which my fellow students would do the same. Each day, in classrooms and labs, through collaboration and maybe just a little bit of friendly competition, we push each other to try harder, to aim higher, to be the best that we can be. In short, we inspire each other. We have, in our time at George Brown Chef School, created an incredible community, one that will last beyond our time in school. We have met friends who will be with us for life. The lessons we've learned here will open doors, and the skills we have developed will lead to opportunities we can't even imagine. I was reminded recently about vocation and the story of the 3 stonemasons. In medieval times, a traveler wandering the country came across a building site with 3 stonemasons toiling away with their chisels. "What are you doing?" the traveler asked. "Breaking stones," came the first reply. "Making a wall," said the second. But the third stonemason had an entirely different outlook. I am, he said, building a cathedral. Well, we're all that third stonemason building our cathedrals. This industry we're about to enter, perhaps more so than many others, could be considered a calling. Long hours in hot kitchens, doing physically demanding and stressful work for, let's face it, not always great pay. You have to love it. But it's also a gift. Through hospitality and food, we have the ability to nurture, to nourish, to bring joy, and perhaps most importantly, to learn. Through hospitality and food, we can connect with each other and understand each other. What I've come to appreciate more fully over the past 2 years is that you're never too old to learn, and it's never too late to pursue what brings you joy and fulfillment. So as you begin your working life, be open to new experiences. Keep exploring, keep pushing, keep learning, keep inspiring. I'm excited to see what we can achieve. There are important discussions occurring now in society and within our industry about equality, diversity, pay, mental health, how we treat each other. The workplace has changed for the better since I began my first career, but there is still so much room for improvement. As we graduate and fan out across the city, across the country, around the globe, into kitchens and care facilities, bakeries and hotels, my hope is that these discussions will remain front of mind, that you will continue to push, to challenge, to inspire, as I know you can, and that when you encounter, as you inevitably will, some old dogs, that you will teach them as you have taught me. Thank you. Do I go down the rack?
Thank you, Anne. We have now reached the formal part of our ceremony where we award the credentials, the diplomas and certificates, and these become official documents of the college. I invite Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton to come forward. Would the candidates please stand? It's all of you. Madam Chancellor, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates assembled here today have qualified in all respects for their credentials by successfully completing curricula offered by the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts at George Brown College. Faculty members have recommended that they be awarded their credentials in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of George Brown College, I do hereby confer on you your respective diplomas and certificates with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the candidates not present, I request that you confer their credentials in absentia.
I so do. Congratulations, all of you.
Please take your seats. During the next part of the ceremony, we'll be presenting the candidates individually to Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton and President Ann Sado. To show our respect for each candidate, we ask that you remain in your seats until the last candidate has received their credential. We also ask that you withhold your applause until all of the candidates from each program have been presented. Candidates, as you make your way across the stage, please follow the printed footsteps on the floor. Upon receiving your credential, we ask that you return to your seats and enjoy the rest of the convocation program. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I wish to present the candidates from the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts so that you may confer their credentials. I will ask our announcer, Patrick Kwok-Chun, to come to the podium now. Patrick is a graduate of the George Brown Theatre School.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the graduates of 2018 from the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts, the George Brown Chef School, from the Culinary Management Program, Birenderjit Singh with honors. Kimbat Adigalieva. Imad Abdul Majid Shiwadhankar with honors. Rachel Ajay with honors. Agshat Agarwal. Nao Akutagawa. Tyra Emma Azimia with honors. Carissa Joy Baggett with honors. Rashoshri Banerjee with honors. Suzy Yume Barbosa Nakayama with honors. Satnam Singh Bhatt. Grace Beltran with honors. Anupat Benrasoy. Jameson Blaza. Milena Borisic with honors. Julia Rose Boutin. Christopher Brazel. Jordan Burke with honors. Diana Kappa Silveda. Gabriel Cardoso Alfano. Stefan Carlino. Juliana Carvalho Pereira. Noah Casciaro. Diego Chalco. Xuan Cao. Jin Seok Choi. Won Suk Choi with honors. Yu Jin Choi. Thomas D'Angelo. Fabiana Danielle with honors. Eloise De Souza with honors. Bren Leo Joseph Dianzon with honors. Jordan Denise. Hartini Jauhari. Tsui Chi Do. Sajjana Srinath Dore with honors. Clyde D'Souza. Maureen Edge. Valeria Exalta Gonzaga with honors. Miao Feng. Earl Ferry. Walker Freeman with honors. Shaika Shaira Galaze. Shefali Gautam. Jared Gayoso. Jessica Gillen. Angelina Giordano. Diana Gonzalez D'Amico. Neil Grover. Carla Guizar Ruiz. Ming Guo. Jermaine Harewood. Brenna Hartman with honors. Taiwa Hong. Edward Hurley Perot. Kanako Ikeda with honors. Masayuki Isoa. Yes. Gerald James. Ashay Jean-Baptiste. Min Yung Kang. Momoko Kawai with honors. Patrick Kerrer. Chan Ho Kim. Dongwan Kim. Alyssa Kim with honors. Hyejin Kim, Hyunwoo Kim, Ju Yong Kim, Mina Kim with honors, Minji Kim, Min Sung Kim, Sang-mi Kim, Yun-hee Ko with honors, In-woo Ko, Stephen Nicholas Kopach, C.D. Lad with honors, Geneviève Laramie with honors, Chung Hung Lee, John Min Kyu Lee, Kyung Min Lee, Claudia Light, Marshall Lung, Dan Lee, Yipeng Lee, Rui Liang, Gyo-hong Lim, Jung-kun Lim, Su-min Lim, Junji Lin, Xiaolon Lin with honors, Nguyen Hu Long, Lin Luo, Artem Lysenko with honors, Varun Maharaj, Heidi Malcampo with honors, Raniel Manalastas, Jose Alberto Mangubat, Minya Mao with honors, Roy Patrick Maramag, Ricardo Andres Marchiani, Michael Mara, Damari Messiah Johnson, James Albert McMurray with honors, Jia Yin Meng with honors, Stephen Medensky, Carolina Monastirsky Ghosh, Ji Yun Moon with honors, Ruth Ann Munar, John Muyargas, Sali Previn Nalavade, Ramneet Narula, Thi Thang Hong Nguyen with honors, Satomi Nita with honors, Priscilla Nunez Ferreira, Adam Ohashi with honors, Bade Oyman, Burak Ozsoy, King Alagar Pagadu, Sungyub Pak, Juan Carlos Pantoja with honors, Huempil Park, Sungyun Park with honors, Peter Patlakas with honors, Wei Wei Peng, Brandon Prasad, Din Pham, Ariel Paludi, Bogdan Pirgic, Karen Pobadora, Midhun Pulikathara Anand, Isabella Purdy, Chelsea Quesada, Rakaya Julian Rego, Graziela Resende da Rocha Baldo, with honors. Andres Riva Vanga. Andrea Risotto. Ilya Riskin. Timothy Dale Sabuelba. Dennis Sarais. Shitij Sethi. Ezra Shael. Mohammed Shaikh. Salwabibi Sheikh. Joseph Shapiro. Akshay Sharma. Rahul Sharma. Sanjivini Shastri. Hang Yu Shen. Yi Yu Shen. Mohammed Siddiqui. Harmanpreet Singh, with honors. Haramjit Singh, with honors. Nitin Singh. Sarabjot Singh. Mark Sachanowski, with honors. George Song, with honors. Kyle James Stetka. Anjulia Sulan. Aravind Sundararaj. Balabhishek Chaudhary Suredi. Siddhant Jagdish Suvarna. Princess Tabuada. Jericho Takulad. Yiling Tang, with honors. Erica Jane Tananes. Vedavanti Taranath. Helen Tavir Dizadeth. Ajani Taylor, with honors. Hyacinth De La Rosa Templo. James Thomas. Stefan Shamar Thompson, with honors. Zishan T. Jiaoshan Monica Tian. Anna Tolentino, with honors. Savannah Tapazzini. Mayra Tosi Cardinali dos Santos, with honors. John Tran. Phi Kim Tui Tran. John Ray Uberita. Chitibube Uche. Sena Ueo. Lorenza Miguel Utreres. Catherine Vagis, with honors. Jada Vergara. Christelle Victor, with honors. Thi Thu Hien Vo. Shuo Wang, with honors. Eric Julius Widgebergen. Sean Julian Williams, with honors. Tsiz Ho Wu. Sanli Yu. Lee Hyun Yun. Ilmar Zerpa Gomez. Thank you. From the Baking Pre-Employment Program, Brittany Morrison, with honors. Thank you. From the Culinary Skills Chef Training Program, Diana Fabro. Stefli Jesse Zam. Oindrilla Kundu. Marcus Lai. Adita Pinto McGee with honors. Erich Mrak. Linda Pham. Suksavan Saipapong. Mark Vibar. Sendrawati Wijaya. Michael Wood. Jessica Work. Xiaoshang Zhu. Thank you. From the Baking and Pastry Arts Management Program, Daryl Ada with honors. Nishant Amin. Yumna Bashawe. Rebecca Beatty with honors. Arya Bisoon with honors. Sarah Catherine Bonviver with honors. Jesse Chan with honors. Lap Ki Tommy Chan with honors. Julie Chanasik with honors. Aylin Chen. Shibo Cheng. Anna Kotoros with honors. Tanya Pinheiro Kovidak. Ellie Nicole Crozier. Victoria Carmen Espineda with honors. Jarek Garcia Espiritu. Tina Fang. Selena Lee Fakeli with honors. Catherine Fudge with honors. Chang Gao with honors. Simran Grewal with honors. Megan Hamilton. Savannah Harrington with honors. Minhyu Huyen. Hang In Jung. Jae Yeon Kim. Rebecca Klotz with honors. Taiki Koshiba. Molly Marie Kushner with honors. Sarah Lalonde. Francis Lam with honors. Jacqueline Lee Kim with honors. Joanna Lung. Siu Woon Lim with honors. Kimberly Lim Si Hao. Winnie Lin. Xiaoxing Jessica Liu. Laura Mackay. Huda Manazir. Taniqua Matos. Benjamin McFarlane. Tabitha Melvin. Fizun Zilin Mo. Jocelyn Montgomery. Janae Moss with honors. Queen Nguyen. Siri Won Noonan. Laura Palmieri with honors. Hyunju Park. Maya Pattison with honors. Meiki Pao. Mayura Prabhakaran. Chu Kin. Caitlin Hannah Roos. Chelsea May Salfarley, with honors. Glenda San Jose, with honors. Caitlin Ann Savoy. Jung Jun Yin. Judy So. Amanda Sutton, with honors. Carol Ta, with honors. Carissa Thompson. Jamie Troke, with honors. Rosemary Vadenbos. Courtney Vanderhyde. Christina Voce, with honors. Yi Die Wang. Stephen Wang, with honors. Kelsey Lee Wong, with honors. Wenjing Zhu. Tasneem Yusuf Udin. Yongki Yu. Amy Jane Rose Zalovich, with honors. Wenpei Zhang. Jen Zhang, with honors. Leah Cecilia Zver, with honors. Robin Zwicker. Thank you. From the Culinary Management Nutrition Program, Yafa Almeida Kak, with honors. Anastasia Bashkitseva, with honors. Janika Blair Murray. Emily Ann Camarines, with honors. Bronwyn Cocker, with honors. Heyun Cha, with honors. Emmeline Kunha. Alexandra Dorothy, with honors. Wong Finarni. Rochelle Gunu. Anne-Marie Herrera. Anne Hewitt, with honors. Zheng Huang. Lucas Keenan Hum. Alice Hung. Maria Teresa Xavier. Irene Lando Mejigo. Yuri Lee. Curtis Ronald Losier. Pietro Jarell Magsano, with honors. Christian Alexander Marion. Keyshawn Miller. Maria Fernanda Mota. Nikita Pobezhemov. Tamara Seslov, with honors. Lawrence Sayas. Elizabeth Zubak. Thank you. From the Culinary Skills Program, Philip Alain, with honors. Danielle Alves, with honors. Jose Marie Balesico, with honors. Bianca Caldas, with honors. Chance Riley Campbell. Chris Chow, with honors. Elizabeth Carlin. Alex Carlos. Deanna Caruthers with honors. Winston Chan. Orisha Choli. Catherine Palanca de Leon. Camila Duque. Andrea Fernandez de Azevedo. Zoe Alexandria Galanis with honors. Madeline Goldberg with honors. Angelique Hansen. Beverly Harney with honors. Ji Hong Hu with honors. Bao Lin Huang. Harshin Kangura. Chie Kumamoto with honors. Kyoka Morinaga with honors. Andre Muhai with honors. Kelly Prado. Akriti Rastogi. Sebastian Alberto Reed Lucci with honors. Joshua Scott with honors. Sanjay Singh. Chimitashi. Henrik Thiesen with honors. Tara Thorne with honors. Austin Tully. Nikhil Vig. Noli Jacob Villamore. Thank you. From the Food and Nutrition Management Program, Benita Alfred Jones with honors. Kimberly Allen Sorbotten with honors. Oscar Enrique Arias Ortiz. Miriam Azari. Shristi Bandopadhyaya with honors. Jungmin Yun with honors. Ivan Cardenas. Anthea Ching with honors. Do Young Choi. Pranoti Debnath. Kang Do. Rania Hassanen with honors. Bernadetta Hopek. Dominic Husin with honors. Olivia Mary Jacob. Ranuri Kandumula with honors. Vedant Keskar. Min A. Kim with honors. Doris Lee with honors. Sang Hun Lee. Tuo Lu. Parvinder Kaur Lubana with honors. Denise Maravent with honors. Gabriel Sampieri. Tessin Sangrar with honors. Sarthak Sethi. Thank you. From the Culinary Arts Italian program, Emily Sarah Braun. Kevin Buck with honors. Harveer Singh Butter. Daniel Franz Hernandez. Anthony Ho with honors. Calvin Ford Kempen. Pranit Girish Kenny. Sean O'Connor. Shardul Pradhan. Bikramjit Singh Rekhi. Nicole Rice. Sinclair Sebastian Rodriguez. Ethan Rogers. Eric Wallace. Thank you. From the Advanced French Patisserie program, Karthika Naidu Chanduna with honors. Tiana Gates Julian. Jaya Indran Nair with honors. Neve O'Rourke with honors. Thank you. From the Baker to Apprentice Advanced program, Summer Joan Marcella Armitage with honors. Terry Lynn Brewer Knight with honors. Colleen Ellis with honors. Jake Heath. Thank you. From the Cook to Apprentice Advanced program, Linda A. Bates with honors. Ryan Jordan Chan. Tyler Dubé. David Gutierrez. Ryan McKenzie with honors. Andre Miguel Mura with honors. Stephen Shelopinski. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President, and congratulations to all graduates.
I now invite President Ann Sato to address the graduating class. Madam President.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations, class of 2018. Today is a day of celebration with your family, your friends, and the many faculty and staff you've come to know throughout your time with us. We are all very proud of your hard work and all that you have achieved to get here. Through the course of your programs, you have invested tremendous time and effort building your knowledge, developing your skills, and preparing for your careers. I hope you see today as a milestone in your life, a turning point where you will set your next set of plans into action. As you begin your next stage of life, I'm sure you know you are entering a workforce that's continuously changing. Looking back historically, we've seen our economy shift from focus on farming to manufacturing to service and now to information. It's an exciting time. The landscape is being reshaped by digital innovation, but it's how we respond to the challenges that come with change that determine our success in life. Throughout your time at George Brown, you've had many opportunities to step outside your comfort zone and become more comfortable with change. Just think of all the new people, new ideas, tools, and technologies that you've encountered, and all the ways you've grown as a result. This adaptability is what will allow you to thrive in this changing world. So what are the changes we're hearing about and seeing? Artificial intelligence and 3D printing are pushing the boundaries of what we previously thought was possible. Virtual reality is being used for all kinds of new things, from test driving cars to virtual travel. And more smart devices are on the way. These technological advancements are revolutionizing how, when, and where we work, and opening up new opportunities for entrepreneurship and innovation. But future success won't just come from technical expertise. A recent book called Robot Proof explores what it takes to excel at a time when technology is becoming more sophisticated and pervasive. The author, Northeastern University President Joseph Aoun, explains that while a robot-proof education means knowing how to manage more data and understand technology, it also means being able to communicate with others and function in a team. This last skill set, which Aoun calls human literacy, is one that isn't easy or maybe even possible for a machine to master. It's what will set you apart in your career. At George Brown, we emphasize cultivating human literacy, or as we've usually called it, soft skills, that make graduates stand out from the crowd. During your time with us, you've had opportunities to develop a strong work ethic, enhance your communication, teamwork, adaptability, and problem-solving skills. According to a recent survey of GTA employers, these are exactly the skills organizations value most when making a hiring decision. You've benefited from an education developed in collaboration with industry and delivered by experts with up-to-date professional knowledge. You've had access to leading-edge facilities, equipment, and software. And many of you have had the opportunity to complete field placements, applied research projects, or other practical learning. These experiences should help prepare you well for whatever comes next. So as you take this next big step in life, I hope you'll find inspiration in the success of past graduates in your program areas. I'm thinking of people like Culinary Arts Italian graduates, Brian Cheng and Alana Fleischer. They met at George Brown and joined forces to start The Edible Story, a cooking school and catering company specializing in modern cuisine and creatively plated dishes. Also enjoying success is Culinary Management graduate Vicki Chang, who is now the executive chef and co-owner at a restaurant specializing in French cuisine with an Asian twist. Vicki was also an award winner on the cooking competition show, The Next Great Chef. I hope to be telling some of your stories at this podium in the years to come. But in the meantime, as you set off on your professional journey, a few more pieces of advice that have helped countless George Brown graduates before you. First, keep building the networks that you've established at George Brown. Stay connected with your classmates, your faculty and staff, and don't be shy to ask for advice or introductions. You never know how these contacts may help you. From time to time, revisit your career goals. Keep challenging yourself and exploring new opportunities. Personally, I started my career in engineering, but found my calling in education. Be open to the unexpected. But most importantly, never stop learning. Lifelong learning will help you keep your knowledge fresh and your skills sharp. In fact, lifelong learning is just one of the ways graduates maintain their relationship with George Brown. Once you've established yourself, you may consider joining a program advisory committee, hosting a student for a field placement, partnering with us on applied research, or hiring a graduate. In the meantime, I encourage you to take advantage of the many supports available to you through our Alumni Relations Office. As you prepare to pursue your careers, you are all extremely well positioned to navigate the changing world of work and to become successful in your fields. You have what it takes to make a positive impact on your community, our city, and beyond. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing. I wish you all the best on the journey ahead. Once again, congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Madam President. On behalf of the staff and faculty of George Brown College, let me congratulate not only the graduates, but also their families, friends, and guests. Graduates, each of you here today has completed a long journey to reach this achievement. You have had the support and encouragement of people close to you, and many of your supporters are here to celebrate with you. This is your opportunity to say thank you to the parent, child, sibling, partner, spouse, or friend who helped make this possible. Please join me in recognizing them now. Graduates, I also invite you to join me in expressing your thanks to your faculty and the staff of your center. I would also like to thank the Office of the Registrar and the Convocation teams of staff, students, and volunteers for organizing this convocation. Graduates and guests, we hope you will join us downstairs here in the Sony Center following the ceremony. We ask that you remain in the auditorium until the platform party has left the stage. I now declare these graduation exercises closed.